What are the quote-unquote hard factors to change management? When discussing change management, most change professionals focus on the soft factors that influence the success of a change program. These include elements like vision, leadership, culture, employee motivation, centralized versus decentralized management, etc. In this video, let's discuss the hard factors to change management. In fact, hard factors are just as important, but often not considered by many change management experts. The DICE Hard Change Factors is a framework that discusses this topic. Developed by BCG, DICE is used to calculate how well an organization is implementing or how well it will be able to implement its change initiatives by evaluating 4 hard change factors. DICE has been used at over 1,000 organizations since its inception, confirming that these factors are the only ones correlated to predict the outcome of change initiatives. There are 4 DICE factors, which form the acronym DICE, or DICE. D stands for duration. For short projects, duration is its total length. For long projects, duration is the time between formal reviews of milestones. I is for integrity, or, more specifically, team performance integrity. This is the project team's ability to successfully complete the change project on time. C is for commitment. There are 2 components to commitment. First, commitment from senior management. Often there is backing from the most influential executives, but not necessarily top management. Second, there is local commitment. This captures the lack of support from employees who are being influenced by the change. Lastly, E is for effort. This refers to how much work does the change initiative require above the regular workload of employee, in other words, the business as usual state. Now, let's imagine the universe of change projects to be placed on a continuum, where on one end, the situation looks very favorable. These are short projects that are led by a skilled, motivated, and cohesive team. They are championed by top management. The project is being implemented in a department that is highly receptive for the change and also has to put in minimal additional effort. These projects are very likely to be successful. On the other end of the continuum, we have projects with less than favorable situations. These are long, comprehensive projects that are executed by a non-expert, unenthusiastic, and disjointed teams. They also lack any top-level sponsors. The project is aimed at a function that does not like the change and has to spend a lot of extra work to adopt the change. These projects are likely to fail. In the real world, most change projects lie somewhere in the middle of this continuum, where the likelihood to success of failure is difficult to assess. It is these situations where we apply the DICE factors, as these factors have empirically shown to have a high correlation to the project's outcomes. The DICE methodology itself is actually a formula, as broken down on this PowerPoint slide. We score each factor from 1 to 4, with 1 being the best, most favorable, and then calculate the DICE score. Based on the calculated DICE score, we can determine the project's likelihood of success. A score of 7 to 14 include projects that are very likely to succeed. A score of 14 to 17 capture risky projects, where it's difficult to predict success. A score of 17 to 28 capture the very risky projects. It's unlikely for these projects to succeed at all. What do you think of the DICE framework? Can you think of any other hard change factors? Share your answers in the comments below. To learn more about how to apply the DICE framework, you can also take a look at our framework presentation on the topic, which we have linked to in the video description. In fact, in the video description, we have included links to frameworks on all the key management concepts discussed in this video. If you are interested in becoming a change expert, take a look at our offering called the Change Management Stream. This is a collection of best practice frameworks covering all aspects of change management. Mastering the art and science of change is critical for any business professional, in any organizational setting or context. To quote Heraclitus, the only constant in life is change. Such is true for life, as it is for business. The entire ecosystem our organization operates in, our customers, competitors, suppliers, partners, the company itself, etc., is constantly changing and evolving. Change can be driven by emerging technology, regulation, leadership change, crisis, changing consumer behavior, new business entrants, merger activity, organizational restructuring, and so forth. Thus, the understanding of, dealing with, and mastery of the change management process is one of the most critical capabilities for an organization and person to develop. Excellence in change management should be viewed as a source of competitive advantage. Our organizational change frameworks are based on the thought leadership of leading consulting firms, academics, and recognized subject matter experts. Many of these methodologies are authored by global strategy consulting firms and have been successfully implemented at their Fortune 100 client organizations. We have included links to all frameworks referenced in this video in the video description. If you have any questions, please leave them as comments below. If you enjoy these types of videos on business frameworks, methodologies, and management models, then be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Also, check out Flevy.com directly for thousands of best practice business frameworks and tools. We regularly publish videos like this one across a multitude of management topics, from customer journey to employee engagement to stakeholder management.